Hello, welcome to the queue. Japan, turn 4. Everybody is at war. This is the money I spent on tech. It was 5 IPCs. I was successful. I will not be revealing my tech because I don't need to use it at this point. Germany had heavy bombers. They used it. Russia had advanced artillery and they used theirs. So we will see if Britain and US reveals theirs later this round. But for the purchase, that left me with $40. So I got 2 destroyers, a tank, and 6 infantry. And while I'm down on this side of the board, we'll do the southern battle, which is the Philippines. And I put all these ships on this task marker there to get into the C zone with all those. They were all here in C zone 37. So they will come over here. I'll just go ahead and put that up there. There were 2 transports in there, so they're going to grab 3 infantry from Siam. Let me trade out one of those chips. I should have done that earlier. So we know what's going in here. So I got 3 infantry from Siam and 1 artillery from Hong Kong on this transport. And then the 2 planes that were on that carrier are going to go 1, 2, 3, so they'll have a movement of 1 left, which the carrier is in the C zone. So we're good to go there. I coughed here. Dang it. All right. Let me roll that while we're down here. I think I can put it right there. So, you know what else I have? I didn't think at the time I was grabbing dice. I've got a bombardment from the battleship. I need another blue. And the cruiser. So those, oh, that's not in the view frame here. All right, so slide it back just a hair. All right, so those are the bombardments. I've got an infantry, artillery, and then I have 2 infantry alone and 2 fighters. My cup is gone. Oh. When was the last time you saw that? I guess I had it tilted too far. It lost its balance. I don't think anything came out of the tray. So, we need 2 hits on the Philippines. This is defended by 2 infantry. The plane left. And I got 3 hits. So, the Philippine infantry, 2 at 2. And they get 1. All right, so I'll put that up on the other side of the board, along with the dice, because we'll go up north now. So we will remove the 2 U.S. pieces and then 1 Japanese infantry. And I'll go ahead and move that income tracker up because that's all the U.S. is going to lose. All right. So let's go to the other side of the world for the remainder of the battles. And we've got nothing in Russia, but we are fighting Russia. We've got an infantry and artillery from Manchuria coming into J-Hole, which is defended by 1 artillery. We have a fighter and a tactical. And they have a movement of 3 left. So the next battle is a walk-on. Infantry, artillery into Shensi. But wait, there's more. The bomber will bring 2 paratroopers into Shensi. I'll move that over there. And it will have a movement of 1 left. So somewhere I've got an air transport marker, but I don't see it. Oh well. Well, we'll mark that later. All right, so that was a walk-on. The next battle, 1 infantry from Anhui One fighter, one tack. There's sort of a theme here. The next one is one infantry from Kiangsu. One fighter, one tack. And all those planes have 3 movements left. The rest will be non-com. So let's roll some dice. Where can I roll this and not knock my camera over again? All right, so there's the tray. You can see all the battles. We'll start at the top. Infantry, artillery, fighter, and attack. And then Russia will defend with 1-2. 1 hit. Oh, I needed everything there. Russia defense. Thank you. All right, so Russia defends. All right, so that falls. That's a walk-on. Next one. I think we can roll all this together. That'll be the Chinese defense. There's the 2 planes and the infantry. So let's see what we got. That's a wipe. So both infantries are gone. So China keeps that territory. All right, so the last battle is the same. There's 1 Chinese infantry, which will defend at a 2. And there's your Japanese attackers. Oh, for the love of Pete. All right. Lost infantry every battle I did. That was nice. I guess it's offsetting the German side of casualties. All right, so as far as points, China will go down 2 instead of the 5 I thought they were going to go down. So let's move Japan. That brings them up to 42. At least that's what I think they have. All right, so let's land planes. We got a bomber landing in Hope because it only has 1 movement left. I'll just leave it on that for now because it's an air transport. Not that anybody's going to attack it, but you never know. So I got an infantry artillery moving up from Anhui in a non-com there. And let's see, I've got from Kiangsi, infantry artillery is railing into Hope. All right, from Anhui, I've got 1 guy marching into Chahar maybe. These 2 are going to stay put. I've got these 2 planes with 3 movement left landing in Hong Kong. These 2 planes landing in Anhui. And then I've got this tactical landing back in Anhui with a movement of 3 left. The fighter will continue on north. 1, 2, 3 into Buryanta. This infantry will go into Amur. Oh, that was for my bomber. This bomber is going to bring 2 infantry from Japan into Buryanta with a movement of 3 left, in which place it goes back to Manchuria. So that is an air transport as well. All right, so no, that's this tactical that was in Johor is moving up to Manchuria. All right, so I might make another adjustment there in China, but for the moment here, let's get the rest of these non-coms. These 2 fighters that were in the Philippines battle will land back on the carrier, and that is the task force marker right there. I'll just slide it in there a little closer. All right, transport, battleship, cruiser, carrier, comes back to Sea Zone 6. Boy, I almost knocked the camera over again. I wonder why it's so tipsy here this evening. All right, so there's that. markers off. I've landed those planes. I got one destroyer here coming into 6A. All right, so I've got all these planes in Korea. The tactical and 2 fighters onto the carriers, and the fighter and tactical onto Japan. All right, so now that I'm looking at that, I don't see any other movements here. Get that off the board. They're in the Philippines. All right, so the question is, do I want to move one of these guys back into Anhui there? I think I do. I don't think I want to move. I railed an infantry artillery. I think I'll just move the guide here, and the artillery went forward. I think that is where we will land. Everything else is glorious. Let's place some units, and then we'll collect some cash. All right, so the 2 destroyers obviously are going into Sea Zone 6. I've got 1 infantry going into Japan. And then up north here in Manchuria, I have 3 infantry being placed. The final 3 units is 2 infantry and an armor going into Kiangsu. And that wasn't on the camera, I don't believe. That's a pretty shoddy camera work here this evening. All right, the cash is Japan 42. And then they have a national objective for Borneo of 3. So that gives them 45. So that's not very impressive. I don't need to spend money on tech anymore. So we'll have to increase our income here somewhere, right? All right, let's do a recap. We'll start in the south. Caroline Islands, 2 infantry, 1 artillery. No, not artillery, anti-aircraft gun. Palau, 1 infantry. Philippines, 2 infantry, 1 artillery. Sea Zone 35, sub, destroyer, cruiser, battleship, carrier, 3 transports. Siam, 2 infantry. Hong Kong, 3 infantry, fighter, and TAC. Kiangsu, 2 infantry, 1 tank. Anhui, infantry, artillery, anti-aircraft gun, fighter, TAC. What is that in the middle? Hope, 2 artillery, 1 infantry, 1 bomber. Shensi, 3 infantry, 1 artillery. Sharhar, 1 infantry. Johol, 1 artillery. In Manchuria, a bomber, attack, 3 infantry. Amur, 1 infantry. Buriata, 2 infantry, fighter, tank, and artillery. 6A, Sea Zone, 1 destroyer. 6, 3 destroyers, 2 subs, 1 cruiser, 1 battleship, 1 transport, 2 carriers, 2 tacticals, 2 fighters, and last but not least, well, no, Iwo Jima still has a guy on it. I was unable to move him last turn. Last but not least, Japan, 3 AA, 2 fighters, 1 TAC, 1 infantry, 1 artillery. And as we are looking, that is the end of our turn. What will US do? Hopefully nothing.